Hi everyone. Welcome to Online Universities. Today we will talk about MBA Master of Business Administration, MBA Programs and MBA Rankings. The media raised questions about the value and content of business school programs after the financial crisis of 2007-2010. In general, graduates had reportedly tended to go into finance after receiving their degrees. As financial professionals are widely seen as responsible for the global economic meltdown, anecdotal evidence suggests new graduates are choosing different career paths. Deans at top business schools have acknowledged that media and public perception of the MBA degree shifted as a result of the financial crisis. Articles have been written about public perceptions of the crisis, ranging from schools' acknowledgement of issues with the training students received to criticisms of the MBA's role in society. So, our topic today is Masters of Business Administration. First, what is MBA? MBA, or Master of Business Administration, holds a master's degree in business administration. The MBA degree originated in the United States in the early 20th century when the country industrialized and companies sought scientific approaches to management. The core courses in an MBA program cover various areas of business such as accounting, finance, marketing, human resources, and operations in a manner most relevant to management analysis and strategy. Most programs also include elective courses. The MBA is a terminal degree and a professional degree. Accreditation bodies specifically for MBA programs ensure consistency and quality of education. Business schools in many countries offer programs tailored to full-time, part-time, and distance learning students. Do you know this? MBA History. The first graduate school of business in the United States was the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania, established in 1881 through a donation from Joseph Wharton. In 1900, the Tuck School of Business was founded at Dartmouth College, conferring the first advanced degree in business, specifically a Master of Science in Commerce, the predecessor to the MBA. The Harvard Graduate School of Business Administration established the first MBA program in 1908, with 15 faculty members, 33 regular students, and 47 special students. Its first-year curriculum was based on Frederick Winslow Taylor's scientific management. The number of MBA students at Harvard increased quickly, from 80 in 1908, over 300 in 1920, and 1,070 in 1930. At this time, only American universities offered MBAs. Other countries prefer that people learn business on the job. In 1930, first Management and Leadership Education Program for Executives and Mid-Career Experienced Managers, the Sloan Fellows Program at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. In 1943, first Executive MBA Program for Working Professionals at the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. Chicago was also the first business school to establish permanent campuses on 3 continents in Chicago, USA, Barcelona, Europe, and Singapore, Asia. Most business schools today offer a global component to their executive MBA. Since the program was established, the school has moved its campuses and is now based in Chicago, London, and Hong Kong. In 1946, first MBA focused on global management at Thunderbird School of Global Management. In 1950, first MBA outside of the United States, in Canada, Richard Ivey School of Business at the University of Western Ontario, followed by the University of Pretoria in South Africa in 1951. In 1955, first MBA offered at an Asian school at the Institute of Business Administration, Karachi at the University of Karachi in Pakistan, in collaboration with the Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. In 1957, first MBA offered at a European school in Sid. In 1963, first MBA offered in Korea by Korea University Business School, KUBS. In 1986, first MBA program requiring every student to have a laptop computer in the classroom at the Roy E. Crummer Graduate School of Business at Rollins College, Florida. Beginning with the 1992-1993 academic year, Columbia Business School required all incoming students to purchase a laptop computer with standard software, becoming the first business school to do so. In 1994, first online executive MBA program at Athabasca University, Canada. The MBA degree has been adopted by universities worldwide in both developed and developing countries. MBA Program Accreditation. MBA Program Accreditation in United States. Business school or MBA program accreditation by external agencies provides students and employers with an independent view of the school or program's quality, as well as whether the curriculum meets specific quality standards. The three major accrediting bodies in the United States are Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, ICSB, Accreditation Council for Business Schools and Programs, ACSB, International Assembly for Collegiate Business Education, IACB. All of these groups also accredit schools outside the U.S. The ACSB and the IACB are themselves recognized in the United States by the Council for Higher Education Accreditation, CHIA. The programs with specializations for students pursuing careers in healthcare management also eligible for accreditation by the Commission on the Accreditation of Healthcare Management Education, CAM. United States MBA programs may also be accredited at the institutional level. Bodies that accredit institutions as a whole include Middle States Association of Colleges and Schools, NSA, New England Association of Schools and Colleges, NESC, Higher Learning Commission of the North Central Association of Colleges and Schools, HLC, Northwest Commission on Colleges and Universities, NCU, Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, SACS, Western Association of Schools and Colleges, WASC. MBA program accreditation in other countries. Accreditation agencies outside the United States include the Association of MBAs, AMBA, a UK-based organization that accredits MBA, BA and MBA programs worldwide, government accreditation bodies such as the All India Council for Technical Education, AICT, which accredits MBA and postgraduate diploma in management, PGDM, programs across India. Some of the leading bodies in India that certify MBA institutions and their programs are the All India Council for Technical Education, AICT, and the University Grants Commission, UK. A distance MBA program needs to be accredited by the Distance Education Council, DEC, in India, the Council on Higher Education, CHE, in South Africa. The European Foundation for Management Development operates the European Quality Improvement System, EQI, for mostly European, Australian, New Zealand and Asian schools, the Foundation for International Business Administration Accreditation, for BA, and Central and East European Management Development Association, CEMAN, in Europe. Now, MBA programs. 2-year, full-time MBA programs normally take place over 2 academic years, approximately 18 months of term time. For example, in the Northern Hemisphere, they often begin in late August/September of Year 1 and continue until May of Year 2, with a 3 to 4 month summer break in between Years 1 and 2. Students enter with a reasonable amount of prior real-world work experience and take classes during weekdays like other university students. A typical full-time, accelerated, part-time or modular MBA requires 60 credits, 600 class hours of graduate work. Accelerated MBA programs are a variation of the 2-year programs. They involve a higher course load with more intense class and examination schedules and are usually condensed into 1 year. They usually have less downtime during the program and between semesters. For example, there is no 3 to 4 month summer break, and between semesters there might be 7 to 10 days off rather than 3 to 5 weeks vacation. Accelerated programs typically have a lower cost than full-time 2-year programs. Part-time programs normally hold classes on weekday evenings, after normal working hours, or on weekends. Part-time programs normally last 3 years or more. The students in these programs typically consist of working professionals, who take a light course load for a longer period of time until graduation requirements are met. Evening programs are full-time programs that normally hold classes on weekday evenings, after normal working hours, or on weekends for a duration of 2 years. The students in these programs typically consist of working professionals, who cannot leave their work to pursue a full-time regular shift MBA. Most second shift programs are offered at universities in India. Modular MBA programs are similar to part-time programs, although typically employing a lockstep curriculum with classes packaged together in blocks lasting from 1 to 3 weeks. MBA or executive MBA programs develop to meet the educational needs of managers and executives, allowing students to earn an MBA or another business-related graduate degree in 2 years or less while working full-time. Participants come from every type and size of organization, profit, non-profit, government, representing a variety of industries. MBA students typically have a higher level of work experience, often 10 years or more, compared to other MBA students. In response to the increasing number of MBA programs offered, the Executive MBA Council was formed in 1981 to advance executive education. Full-time executive MBA programs are a new category of full-time one-year MBA programs aimed at professionals with approx. 5 years or more. They are primarily offered in countries like India, where the 2-year MBA program is targeted at fresh graduates with no experience or minimal experience. These full-time executive MBA programs are similar to one-year MBA programs offered by schools like INSEAD and IMD. Distance learning MBA programs hold classes off-campus. These programs can be offered in a number of different formats: correspondence courses by postal mail or email, non-interactive broadcast video, pre-recorded video, live teleconference or video conference, offline or online computer courses. Many schools offer these programs. Blended learning programs combine distance learning with face-to-face instruction. 24. These programs typically target working professionals who are unable to attend traditional part-time programs. But dual degree programs combine MBA with others such as a MS, MA, or a JD, etc. to let students cut costs. Dual programs usually cost less than pursuing 2 degrees separately, save time on education, and to tailor the business education courses to their needs. This is generally achieved by allowing core courses of one program count as electives in the other. Some business schools offer programs in which students can earn both a bachelor's degree in business administration and an MBA in 5 years. MBA is a term used by many non-profit and for-profit institutions to describe a training regimen focused on the fundamentals of business. In the past, MBA programs have typically been offered as non-credit bearing courses that require less than 100 hours of total learning. However, due to the criticisms of these certificates, many schools have now shifted their programs to offer courses for full credit so that they may be applied towards a complete traditional MBA degree. This is to allow students to verify business-related coursework for employment purposes and still allow the option to complete a full-time MBA degree program at a later period, if they elect to do so. MBA programs on the cost structure. In general, MBA programs are structured around core courses and elective courses that allow for a subject specialty or concentration. Thus, in the program's first year or part, students acquire both the working knowledge of management functions and the analytical skills required for these. After the first year, many full-time students seek internships. In the second year part, students pursue elective courses, which may count towards a specialization, dependent on program. Topics in business ethics may also be included at the generalist or specialist level. The degree culminates with coursework in business strategy, the program capstone. A dissertation or major project is usually a degree requirement after the completion of coursework. For executive MBAs, the curriculum is generally similar, although the perspective will be longer term and strategic as opposed to medium term and tactical. Many MBA programs end with a comprehensive exit examination. Programs are designed such that students gain exposure to theory and practice alike. Courses include lectures, case studies, and team projects. The mix, though, will differ by school and by format. Theory is covered in a classroom setting by academic faculty, and is reinforced through the case method, placing the student in the role of the decision maker. Similar to real-world business situations, cases include both constraints and incomplete information. Practical learning often comprises consulting projects with real clients, and is generally undertaken in teams. The practical elements often involve external practitioners, sometimes business executives, supporting the teaching from academic faculty. As above, courses begin with basic that is underlying topics and then progress to more advanced functional topics where these are applied. The underlying analytic skills required for management are usually covered initially. The accounting courses may treat financial and management accounting separately. Managerial economics is a staple in many curricula and mainly focuses on product pricing. More general coverage of micro and macroeconomics is often offered instead. Operations research and statistics are sometimes combined as managerial decision-making or quantitative decision-making. Organizational behavior and human resource management may similarly be combined. In many programs, applicants with appropriate background may be exempt from various of the analytical courses. For the functional courses, some programs treat the curriculum in two parts. The first course provides an overview, while the second revisits the subject in depth. Alternatively, the first addresses short-term, tactical problems, while the second addresses long-term, strategic problems. For example, financial management I might cover working capital management, while Part 2 covers capital investment decisions. Information systems/technology is often included as a core functional course rather than an elective. Ethics training is often delivered with coursework in corporate social responsibility and corporate governance. Programs may also include coursework-based training in the skills needed at senior levels of management, soft skills, such as general leadership and negotiation, hard skills, such as spreadsheets, project management and foreign languages, thinking skills such as innovation and creativity. Training in areas such as multiculturalism and corporate social responsibility is similarly included. Company visits, including overseas travel, and guest lectures or seminars with CEOs and management personalities may also be included. These, with the core subjects, provide the graduate with breadth, while the specialty courses provide depth. For the business strategy component, the degree capstone, the focus is on finding competitive advantage and the long-term positioning and management of the entity as a whole, that is, business administration proper, and the key functions are thus synthesized and/or integrated into an overall view. The strategy cost depicts how the various sub-disciplines integrate to tell one continuous story. Corresponding training in business leadership may also be scheduled, while related participation in a business simulation or game is a common degree requirement. Strategy may be offered as a sequence of courses, beginning in the first part, planning, and culminating in the second, execution, or as a single intensive course, offered during the second part. Some programs offer a specialization in strategy, others in management consulting, which substantially addresses the same issues. The MBA dissertation or thesis in some universities will, in general, comprise the following in some combination: a discussion of the literature, providing a critical review and structuring of what is known on a given topic, with a view to addressing a specific problem. A case study that goes beyond simple description, containing the analysis of hitherto unpublished material. A test of the application or limitations of some known principle or technique in a particular situation, and/or suggested modifications. As an alternative to the dissertation, some programs instead allow for a major project. Here, part-time students will address a problem current in their organization. Particularly in programs with an action learning orientation, these may be practically oriented. 37. Most MBA programs require additional coursework in research methodology, preceding a dissertation or project. Some programs allow that the research component as a whole may be substituted with additional elective coursework. Many MBA programs culminate in a comprehensive exit examination. The national standardized exam known as the Major Field Test for MBAs (MFT) has been administered in MBA programs of over 300 U.S. universities. The MFT aims to assess skills, knowledge, and reasoning ability within the domain of standard MBA curriculum. It is administered by Educational Testing Service. Another prominent option for comprehensive exit exams is the Common Professional Component Comprehensive Exam for MBAs (CPC Comp Exam for MBAs), owned by Peregrine Academic Services. Many programs choose to administer their own in-house exam rather than a standardized test. MBA rankings. Since 1967, publications have ranked MBA programs using various methods. The Gorman Report, 1967-1997, did not disclose criteria or ranking methods, and these reports were criticized for reporting statistically impossible data, such as no ties among schools, narrow gaps in scores with no variation in gap widths, and ranks of non-existent departments. In 1977, the Carter Report ranked MBA programs based on the number of academic articles published by faculty. The Ladd and Lipset survey ranked business schools based on faculty surveys, and the magazine ranked schools based on votes cast by business school deans. Today, publications such as U.S. News & World Report, Business Week, Financial Times, The Economist, The Wall Street Journal and Forbes publish rankings of MBA programs. Schools' ranks can vary across publications, as the methodologies for rankings differ among publications. U.S. News & World Report incorporates responses from deans, program directors, and senior faculty about the academic quality of their programs as well as the opinions of hiring professionals. The ranking is calculated through a weighted formula of quality assessment, 40%, placement success, 35%, and student selectivity, 25%. Business Week's rankings are based on student surveys, a survey of corporate recruiters, and an intellectual capital rating. Financial Times uses survey responses from alumni who graduated 3 years prior to the ranking and information from business schools. Salary and employment statistics are weighted heavily. The Economist Intelligence Unit, published in The Economist, surveys both business schools, 80%, and students and recent graduates, 20%. Ranking criteria include GMAT scores, employment and salary statistics, class options, and student body demographics. The Wall Street Journal, which stopped ranking full-time programs in 2007, based its rankings on skill and behavioral development that may predict career success, such as social skills, teamwork orientation, ethics, and analytic and problem-solving abilities. Forbes considers only the return of investment 5 years after graduation. MBA alumni are asked about their salary, the tuition fees of their MBA program, and other direct costs as well as opportunity costs involved. Based on this data, a final 5-year gain is calculated and determines the MBA ranking position. Other rankings use non-traditional attributes. The Beyond Grey Pinstripes ranking, published by the Aspen Institute, is based on the integration of social and environmental stewardship into university curriculum and faculty research. Rankings are calculated on the amount of sustainability coursework made available to students, 20%, amount of student exposure to relevant material, 25%, amount of coursework focused on stewardship by for-profit corporations, 30%, and relevant faculty research, 25%. The 2011 survey and ranking include data from 150 universities. The Quickware-Ellis-Simmons QS Global 200 Business Schools report compiles regional rankings of business schools around the world. Ranks are calculated using a 2-year moving average of points assigned by employers who hire graduates. Since 2005, the UDELA's Top 100 Business School Research Rankings ranks business schools on the research faculty publish, similar to the Carter Report of the past. The ranking of MBA programs has been discussed in articles and on academic websites. Critics of ranking methodologies maintain that any published rankings should be viewed with caution for the following reasons. Rankings exhibit intentional selection bias as they limit the surveyed population to a small number of MBA programs and ignore the majority of schools, many with excellent offerings. Ranking methods may be subject to personal biases and statistically flawed methodologies, especially methods relying on subjective interviews of hiring managers, students, and/or faculty. Rankings use no objective measures of program quality. The same list of schools appears in each ranking with some variation in ranks, so a school ranked as number 1 in one list may be number 17 in another list. Rankings tend to concentrate on representing MBA schools themselves, but some schools offer MBA programs of different qualities, and yet the ranking will only rely upon information from the full-time program. A school may use highly reputable faculty to teach a daytime program, but use adjunct faculty in its evening program, or have drastically lower admissions criteria for its evening program than for its daytime program. A high rank in a national publication tends to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Some leading business schools including Harvard, INSEAD, Wharton and Sloan provide limited cooperation with certain ranking publications due to their perception that rankings are misused. One study found that objectively ranking MBA programs by a combination of graduate starting salaries and average student GMAT score can reasonably duplicate the top 20 list of the national publications, and concluded that a truly objective ranking would be individualized to the needs of each prospective student. National publications have recognized the value of rankings against different criteria, and now offer lists ranked different ways, by salary, GMAT score of students, selectivity, and so forth. While useful, these rankings have yet to meet the critique that rankings are not tailored to individual needs, that they use an incomplete population of schools, may fail to distinguish between the different MBA program types offered by each school, or rely on subjective interviews. People who search for Master of Business Administration also searches for business degree, online business degree, business bachelor's degree online, bachelor's in business, business degree online, online universities, online business administration degree, online degree programs, bachelor's degree in business, online bachelor's degree in business, accredited online business administration degree, online schools for business degrees, online classes for business degree, MBA, Master of Business Administration, MBA programs. Please subscribe and share. Thanks.